Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and add a create task screen over here. So we already have that particular screen. We just need to provide some information over here. So we can provide the we need to add this text, and then we need to add the day as well as the reminder, right? So let's go to this particular screen over here, and we'll just say this is how to create the task. That should be fine. And we'll make use of the single child scroll view, and instead of the column, we'll wrap this one with one more widget over here, and this will be of the form over here. So we will add a form, and we need to add a key for this particular form. So currently we don't have the key. Let's go on to the top. Let's go and add the final, and I'll just make this one as a key, and this will be of the global key from the form state. So once we have this particular key, let's go down over here. We'll provide that key over here, and inside this key the form will add a column, and column will have a children. So let's just go and add our first text form field over here, right? So we have the text form field over here, and with this particular text form field, first of all we need to go and add the controller. So let's go on to the top over here, and final I'll just go and say this is of the we need a text controller, right? So text text controller, and I guess I'll make use of the init block over here, or the init state over here. Let's just go and remove this one, and here what we'll do is I'll just make this one as a text editing controller over here. Type will be of the text editing controller, and we will initialize this in our init block over here. So instead of initializing in the self label. So once we have that, so this will be of the late, not the final. And once we have that, and let's go down over here, and we'll also require the dispose method over here. And in the dispose method, before we call the dispose, we need to dispose that particular text controller dot the dispose, and that should be I guess what we require currently. And we also require for this particular date. So let's just go and add the one more option that will be of the day controller. So day controller over here, or the date controller that you want to add over here. And once we have that, let's just go below over here on into the our init state, and let's go and say the day controller that we have will be of the text editing controller, and here we need to dispose that one as well over here. So we don't forget to dispose it once we create that over here. So these are the two fields that currently we require. So let's go down over here, and in the text form field, the controller that we need to provide will be of the text controller that we have. So once we have the controller, that's fine, and we will have the text input action, and then will be of the text input action will be to go to the next over here. And also we'll just go and make sure that we have the text align, and then the text align will be to of the I guess let's have the start over here, so it can start from the text align, and this will be of the max line. So we need to add a multiple line. Let's say I just want to add a 5 line, and then the minimum line should be of the 3 for now, and that should be fine. So we will add a decoration over here, and then the input and decoration for this one we'll add a simple decoration over here. The first one will be of the border over here, and I'll just go and make this one as the outlined border over here. Let's just go and provide the outline border, and then the border radius, that will be of the border radius of the circular, and I guess I'll just provide a 16 over here, and I guess that should be fine. And let's just go and add the label over here. Label will be of our, let's say, a tax or something. So label text, not the label. So label text over here we'll just provide as a tax over here. And finally we will have the unchanged listener over here. So we want to listen to the unchanged of this particular text field, and once we have that, we'll just go and provide it to our tax view model over here. So ref.read and tax view model dot the notify, and set the form data. So if you can remember, we have already created that in our view model. So if you go to the view model, we have the set form data, and we need to call that once we are changing the text over here, and we'll provide the key as a text over here, and this will be of our value. So let's just go and arrange this one properly over here. So we'll provide the key and then the value over there. So that should go and update our form data, and once we have this particular form data, we are good to go. So what we will do is next is we need to provide our day, right? So that day should be on the date format. So I guess we'll create a new widget over here. So let's just go into the UI, and let's just go and create a new widget. Let's just go and call this one as a folder as a widget, and inside this I'll go and create the new file that will be of the, let's say, a day wid day widget, and I guess that should be fine. And I'll just call this one as a rt.file. So we have this particular day widget, and then we need to create that particular date. So user need to select the date as well as the time over here. So for that, let's just go and create the consumer consumer, and that will be a stateless consumer, I guess. So we don't require any state, and here we'll just call it as a day widget. And let's just go and import our the Flutter material package, as well as let's go and import our Flutter repo pod over here. And from here we are going to return a text form field over here. We need to return a text form field, and we require a controller over here. So let's just go and grab that one from the as a text editing controller over here, and that will be of the, let's say, we require a day controller over here. Let's call this one as a day controller, and here we will say this is of the required field of the day controller. And once we have that, let's just go and say this is of the controller that we require over here, and this will be of the widget that we have, right? So widget dot the, or not the widget, it's, we should directly grab that as a day controller over here, and this will be of the read only to be of the true. So we will make it as a read only. So once we tab on it, we will just go and open up the date selector, and I'll just go and copy the same formatting from here as well. So let's just copy the formatting from here and just paste it over here. So this will be of the input decoration, and let's try to arrange this one properly over here. So once we have that, we are good to go. And next we'll just go and add the on tab over here, and once we tab on this particular, we are going to open up our, let's just go and make this one as the asynchronous call. And here what we need to do is we'll show a date picker over here, and this will allow user to pick the particularly date, right? So let's just go and arrange this one properly over here, and let's just go and add the initial date. First of all, initial date will be of the date and time of the now. So I'll just make sure that this is of the date and time dot the current date, right? So now, and this will give us the current now date. So let's just go and add that one, and then the first date, so from where you want to start that particular date. So I'll just say date time, and then the year will be of the 20 this is of the 2024, and I guess that should be fine. So 2024 from the 1st of January, and let's just go and add this one to over here, the last date. So last date, maybe you want to go and start from till the 2025 or something. So you can just go and play around with this particular date. So I'm just adding the 1 year of the from the first date to the last date. The user can select only between this particular date, right? So that should be fine. And once we have this, let's just go and say, other than that, I guess that should be fine. And since this is off, let's just go and close it properly over here. And once we have this, let's just go and make the then condition. So once we have that user have selected the date, we get the value over here, right? So once we have this particular value, let's just go and remove this one from here, and we'll check for that particular condition. So first we'll check for the condition over here. If I guess we'll make this one as the selected day over here, or selected date or something. So once we have that selected, if the user has the selected date and it is not equals to of the null, which means that the user have selected that particular date. Now we want to show the we want to show the time picker over here. So let's just go and show this time picker as well, and let's go down over to, let's just go and initialize that. Let's just close it over here, and once we have the initial time will be of the time of the day and then the now, so current time that we are going to pick from there. And once we have that, I guess it should be the picker, and then finally we will have the then condition as well. And in this particular then condition, we will go and say selected, right? So this will be of the selected, not the very selected, selected time. So this will be of the selected time. Let's just go and remove the null from here, and let's just go and close it below over here. And once the user have selected time, we have now the time and then the date selected. So we'll just go and say, we'll also check for the condition. This can be of the null, and this is not equals to null, which means that now the user has selected the time over here. So it can be of the null, so we need to check if it is of the null or not null. And here we'll just go and say the final, and then we'll just go and say the selected date, or the day and the time that we currently have will be of equals to date and time, right? So date, date, and then the time, and let's create the date and time over here. So we need to select the date, so selected date at the year, and then we also will have the selected date at the month. So this will give us the year and then the month, as well as the day over here. And we also need a timing over here, so we will set the selected time over here, selected time dot the hour, as well as we require the minute over here. And finally for the second, we'll just give as a 0 over here. And once we have that, we now have this particular selected date, right? Selected date and the time, which is of this particular one that user have selected. So what we'll do is we will convert this one to the format that we require. So let's just go and see the final, and then the value that we have will be of the date format that we require. So we'll format this one to be something like we need to send it to a format that our server will understand. So we need a YYYY format, as well as the month, and then the day, and then the hour, minute, and then the second. So this will give us that particular format date that we need to send it to the API. And finally we'll just go and say the ref dot the read, and then we'll read from the tags, right? So tags, view model, provider, and then the notifier over here. And then we'll just go and set the form data from here. In the form data, we need to send the key and then the value, right? So this, the key will be of our day, and then the value will be of our value. So let's just go and close this one over here, and let's just go and close it over here as well. So I guess that should be the one that we currently require from here. Let's just try to arrange this one properly, and that should be fine. So that is what we currently require. And now we'll go back to our create over here, and we need to provide that below this text field. So let's just go and provide this as the day widget that we have, and we'll pass in the day controller that we have. Let's just provide the day controller, and that should be fine. So now we have provided our day controller over there, and let's just go and add some spacing for this one, and then the const of the size box over here. Size box will be of the, let's say, height of the 16, and below this one we still require one more that will be of the, let's just go and copy the same the height or the spacing over here, and we require one more which is of to set the reminder true or false, right? And for that, let's just go and create the one more widget over here. So let's just go and create one more widget that will be of the reminder widget.the file, and let's add the CNSU consumer stateless consumer over here. So let's just go and add the stateless consumer, which will be of the day widget over here. And here we'll just go and import our material package, and then the Flutter report package over here. And once we have this particular, let's go and return from here. We are going to return a switch style, switch style from here. So let's go and set it as a switch style. You can also make it as adaptive. I guess I can just add the adaptive over here, so it will look different both on the Android and then the iOS over here. Let's just go and arrange this one properly over here. First of all, let's just close it over here, and now what we need to do is we need to watch one data over here that will be final, and this will type will be of the bool, and this will be of the type is of the value, and I'll watch it from the ref.the-watch. So we need to watch the task view model provider over here, and I'll just go and select a single value from here that will be of the value. So from here I need to select a value dot the form data. So we'll select the form data from here, and we'll select the reminder option. So we need to send the reminder option, and this can be of the currently it is of the, we can also have the null value over here, right? So we will just check if it is of a null, then I'll just set it as the false over here. So I guess I have some error over here, so it should be inside of this, not outside of here, right? So we need to check the null condition over here. So I guess that should be fine. So let's just arrange this one properly over here. Let's just arrange that one. So once we have that particular value over here, this value will be of this particular value. So title, let's just go and add the title over here, and the title will be of the widget. So we'll just make use of the let's make use of the text over here, text, and then the text will be of the reminder, and I'll just say this one as the const for now. And once we have that, that should be fine. On change, we are going to get some value over here, right? So whenever we change that, we are going to get some value, and once we have that particular value, we'll update our form data and provide the key and then the value from here. So that should be fine, right? So this should, once the, okay, so let's just close it over here. So I hope you got the point. Once we check or uncheck that particular switch, right, on or off the switch, we are going to send that record back to our view model to update our form data with the reminder key and then the value. So that should be fine. Let's go back over here, and we just need to add that one over here. So reminder, reminder, I guess what was the widget name? Okay, so this is of the, not the day widget, sorry for that, it should be of the reminder widget that we need to create, and this should be of this one. So let's just go and import that over here, and let's just go and import that, and let's just close it over here. That should be fine. And we need to make this one as the const over here. So that should be fine, and all of our the form data should be perfectly fine. And now we just need to navigate from the task screen. So let's go over here, and after this I'll just go and add the floating action button over here. And let's just go and add the floating action button dot the extended, and here we need to go over here. Let's just go and add that label over here, and let's just close it over here. On pressed, we are going to call that particular on pressed over here. Let's just remove that, and we need to navigate to that particular. In the label we have the widget, so this will be of the const of the text, and we'll just go and say the or we'll just say create tasks over here, and then we'll just also add the icon over here, const of the icon, and that will be of the icons dot the let's say create. So can we have create? Okay, so we'll add that one over here, and from here we need to navigate to our the screen. That will be we'll make use of the, I guess we have already set up that, so context dot the push. So we want to push it to our the new route that will be of the create task. So let's just go and say, take a look in our core and the route, and in the route provider we should have that. So this is the one that we need to navigate. So let's go, and we need to navigate it to this particular place, context that push, and to the create task. So let's just go and reload this one from here, and we have that particular create tasks option over here. Let's just go and click on that one, and we are over here. So we are good to go now, and what we need to do is let's go to our create task screen, and let us provide some padding to this particular form data, I guess. So let's just provide some padding over here, and padding, I guess it should be fine, and that is looks good. So now we have our the form ready. Next we need to send that one. So right, so we need to do some validation over here, and we need to send that to the API. So I guess we can do it over here. So for that, let's just go and create one function that will be of the void, which doesn't return anything, and then they create the tasks over here, and let's just go and close it over here. So this should be of the create tasks over here, and first thing that we need to do is the validate our form. So I'll just each valid, which will be of equals to the form that we have, right? So form data, I guess. So I guess it's not okay. So we have the key or the form key. What was that? So let's just go and take a look. This is of the key. So let's just make sure that we use that one over here, and then the key that the current state, and then the validate. So it will return us whether it is of the valid or not. So we'll just go and say if not valid, then we are not going to do anything. We are going to just return it from here, and if it is of the valid, then what we'll do is we'll go and call the our task view model, and then we'll pass call the create task function from here. So now we need that one to call from somewhere, right? So let's go to our task screen, and let's just grab this floating action button from here, so we don't have to recreate it. Go over to here, and over here we'll just pass that one over here, and with this I'll just go and call the create task function from here, and that should be one. And I'll just go and make this one as the save option over here, and this will be also a save icon over here. So that should be one. So let's just go and reload our application. Let's go to the create over here, and now we have that one. And let's take a look what we have. We have the task 4 or something. So let's just go and create some the random text over here, and then this one should be of the not of the task. So we need to update that one over here in the reminder. So not the reminder, in the dev widget So this should be of not the task, label should be of the day over here. And I'll just go and select some date, click on OK, and we got the time. So let's just go and select some time over here, click on OK. And this is not updating over here, we should also update it over here, and we need to fix that one. So let's just go and take a look over here what went wrong. We need to update that particular controller, right? And then we need to update this particular task over there. And for that, what we'll do is we have already updated the label. And let's go down over here, and we have the day controller over here dot the text. We'll just go and update that particular text as the value. So let's just go and reload our application, and let's try to go to the create, and let's just go and load some random text. And now we have the day, select that particular day and just select some date or the date time over here. Now we got that particular time, date and time as well. And now we can just go and save this one from here. And I guess that should be the one. And we also need to listen whether that is of the loading state or creating state. And let's try to go back and reload this one. And you can see that it was created, but we did not got any of the notification if that was created or not. So we will see on the next lesson how we can do that one. So till then, have a great day.